Well, I think the most important attribute for us is, we're looking for a unique voice and a story that hasn't been told before. And we love it when these creators have something to say about the world. Well, it's interesting. Even before this, the immediacy of this pandemic, which has changed many things with respect to our content and what content will be coming in the future, it was very much an important part of our mission going forward to look to the worldwide collection of creators and new voices, and to bring some of that back to the HBO Max service. I mean, I think what we're seeing on other streaming services is that the American audience is getting ever more acclimated to watching stories from other countries, watching stories in other languages, and we are delighted to try to grow that business within our own platform because the storytelling is so rich. So that was very much a mandate for us even before the pandemic, because of production that was put on hiatus in response to COVID-19. That was one of the ways in which we pivoted very quickly, was to look into the global marketplace and to see what content was fully finished and which we could bring back. So we actually have quite a robust offering of international content, which is going to be part of our service sooner rather than later. We have any number of shows, quite a long list actually, and we're very excited about growing that as a future business also.
Okay, and for instance, are your colleagues attending the Cannes Marché this week, looking at films that are screening or having meetings with sales companies and producers to look at new content? Are you actively acquiring?
We are actively acquiring, although I don't think we are at Cannes Marché. We have an acquisitions team and I don't think they are there, but I know that we are very much in the marketplace and I think we are robust buyers now, but understand that that's going to only increase with time, both because we think that's going to continue to be an area of growth within the US market in terms of what consumers enjoy watching, but also as our international services begin to roll out, we will have more and more of a global perspective. So yes, it's very important for us going forward. Well, I'm going to loosely say it's about a 50-50 proposition. I mean, we're very interested as we continue to make connections with content creators around the world to grow those relationships and to develop ideas together. And we are doing that now. At the same time, there is all of this delightful, wonderful content that's been produced that is available to us as acquirers of content. And so our mission is really to bring the best storytelling to the service that we can. So however we can get to that, we want to. And we're in these early stages, we have the ability to be very nimble. But right now, I would say it washes out to be about 50-50, and we'll see how that progresses with time. Well, I think the most important attribute for us is, we're looking for a unique voice and a story that hasn't been told before. And we love it when these creators have something to say about the world. And also, I mentioned it earlier, but we're very cognizant of the fact that there are so many voices that have been underrepresented and whose stories haven't been told. And I think in terms of the consuming public, there's a real hunger to hear those stories, to hear stories that have, they're not what they've seen, even these beautiful, wonderful stories that have been told for many years. But we've heard many of those, and we're really interested into reaching out into the world and presenting stories that people haven't heard. one example of that, we are one of our series that has been ordered is based on the beloved book Americana. I don't know if you're familiar with that story, but it's this deep, rich. It's a love story at its heart, but it starts in Nigeria. It takes place in part in the UK and part in the United States, and it's a story that's never been told before. It's beautiful and rich, and we're very excited to be able to tell that.
And is that going to be
brought to us by?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, forgive me. I was just going to say it was brought to us by the wonderful Lupita Nyong'o, who is attached to star.
Great. And is that going to be a series, or will that be a one-off feature? How will that one be structured?
It's a limited series.
Okay. Great. Sorry, we're getting that Zoom delay thing, even though we're not on Zoom.
We are very interested in independent voices. All the reasons that I've been saying. Yes, the Sundance Award winner that we acquired is a movie called Charm City Kings. So we're very happy to be bringing that to the service. We have, there's many examples. Americana, which I just mentioned. You saw in the reel at the beginning, we're very proud to have a documentary called On the Record that was brought to us by forgive me. The filmmakers have just danced out of my head. Kirby and Amy, who did the Hunting Ground, and also Invisible War. And we have a series of comedy specials coming from John Early, Rose Matafeo, and Rose also has a series coming with us, who was a winner at the Edinburgh Comedy Festival. So we're really trying to, in addition to some of our offering, which is meant to be broad reach and to be pleasing to, really a big audience, we're also looking to find, these unique and individual voices that tell perhaps stories that are more narrow but beautiful also.
And maybe this is a naughty question. How can people reach you, an independent voice? I mean, do you have people scouting at all the festivals? Are you accept, spec scripts? That might be a really dangerous question.
Well, spec scripts is not the way to go. I mean, usually we have material comes into us through known either producers or agents, but we have a whole team of people in the international marketplace. We have acquisitions people, and then on the original programming front, we have a wonderful executive named Jennifer Kim, who works with Laura Forty from our office, and they're talking to everyone. They're very easy to reach, and they're very interested in meeting all of these new filmmakers and content creators.
Great. So people can find you the right way.
Yes. People can reach out to me and I'll direct you. I'm easy to find.